heard about the Star Cruiser, the Star Skipper, and the Space Hopper, but Space Corp would like to introduce you to our newest rocket yet. Brand new for the year 2000, Space Corp is unveiling the Spaceship Zero, the first ever ship of its kind outfitted with a new interstellar engine we call the Better Than Light drive. Better than light, you ask? Why, yes. Our new proprietary technology outpaces the competition when it comes to light speed drives. Our new engine creates a gravitational field in front of the ship, effectively turning the Spaceship Zero into a sled sliding down an infinitely long hill. The best part is the BTL drive can create a gravitational pull so strong it propels the Zero faster than the speed of light. And it does it with less fuel than our competitors, who are still limited by light speed. Be sure not to miss our inaugural flight on June 5th of this year.
That's right, folks. June 5th, the inaugural flight of the Spaceship Zero is upon us. Let us introduce you to the crew. We're going to start off with our captain of the ship, Jentendo. Introduce yourself. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Introduce yourself and let them know a little bit about the character you will be playing.
Hello, my name is I am Jen, or Jentendo on Twitch, and I am playing Captain Jan Tandar. And she is captain by default because apparently I've been chosen to be the one who leads us. I don't know why. But you know, she's a newer captain. You know, she's a little unsure of herself, but has like been training, reading lots of books on leadership, so she knows a lot about leadership at this point. And she's looking forward to giving many pep talks where she slaps some sense into people.
Very good. Yeah, a new captain. You know, we should mention that Space Corp is actually going through a bit of some changes, some structural changes. You know, the Better Than Light drive is going to put us back in the black. But you know, we're working with a skeleton crew, maybe a little bit undertrained, who knows? But let's introduce to you now our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Abstracto. You are muted.
On Discord.
There you go.
My apologies. Hello, I am Dr. Abstracto, and I'm here to save everyone.
That is true. You'll have your kit of medicine and all of that on the ship, and if people get injured, you get to deal with this mad scientist. I mean, this perfectly legitimate and licensed physician. But enough about him. This is a Chief Engineering Officer, Lightman.
Yeah, that's right, Lightman. You know, there's lots of changes up at corporate. Hair's starting to grow places where it didn't before, but one thing stays the same, and that's unionized labor, even in space. So you better have a form, and I better have some craft services if you want this vessel flying right.
That is true. And speaking of forms, the person to get them from and to probably help you fill them out is the executive representative of Fran Wickerbottom.
Hi, I'm Substances Used on Twitch. I'm playing Fran Wickerbottom, the corporate executive, as Foulsham just said. And she's a longtime worker in the industry, in the office scale, and has stepped forward to work towards a promotion with this adventure we're about to go on. So she is ready to fill out forms and ready for action, if you know what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. So we'll start our adventure here as the crew of the Spaceship Zero, our lovely cast here, plus a ensign by the name of Ensign Benson, and also a physicist by the name of Dr. Ashton. The 6 of you are getting into the Zero, which is, like I said, a test vehicle. You are currently on your way to test the Better Than Light drive. Also, thank you for the follow and for the subscription there, old man Logan. You're testing the Better Than Light drive. It is, like I said, better than light speed. This is the it's been tested here and there just to make sure that it's up and running. But this is like the first time that you guys are going to be putting that throttle all the way to full and seeing what this sucker can do. You walk down the gang plank, or whatever it is, the little on-ramp into the Spaceship Zero. You enter into a very, futuristic-looking interior of a ship. In my head, it looks very similar to the interior of the Spaceship Enterprise from the original Star Trek series. You are followed towards the ship from the actual hangar building itself by camera crews. This been televised, all around the planet. Everybody's watching you. You turn as you enter to give your little waves and your sign-offs, and yeah, then you're in the ship and ready to go. And we are going to play as you rocket off into space. We're going to play the actual official intro credits for the show. Alrighty, folks, we are now officially in space. Bring us to this picture, which is not the same size, and I apologize. There you go. Your Spaceship Zero has made it into low Earth orbit, and on your way, you get a radio transmission from Admiral Jan Baron. Similar, same first name. I know, right?
Excuse me?
I know. That's actually why she hired you. She liked your name.
Oh, that's fair. That's nepotism at work.
It's namepotism, yeah.
Namepotism.
Oh my god. I would like to navigate the ship into the sun.
I would like to scuttle the ship.
Oh no.
I would like to blow the ship up before the captain has a chance, please.
Just start over again.
I need to find the little thing here to read out, because I'm supposed to read a thing. Where the heck is it? Well, failing this. Oh wait. Here we go. It says, so you get a radio transmission from headquarters. Admiral Jan Baron on the horn says, "Greetings from Earth, crew. I wish I could be with you for this momentous occasion. Rest assured that every member of Space Corp, including myself, is out here with you in spirit. With you go our hopes and wishes for the future. A future with a newly revitalized Space Corp leading the exploration of space. Your names will go down in history books as heroes. Hell, if this test is as successful as we all expect, within the year we'll be on another planet entirely. With the BATL drive, Space Corp can make a difference, not only for its shareholders and employees, but also for the world as a whole. Good luck and Godspeed. And then you hear the little as the radio transmission ends. And you see, looking out the front viewing window, it's actually a screen with like video feed from outside. You can actually see this larger ship looming off in the distance. This is a refueling ship that you have to connect to. They're going to fill up your tanks from the launch, and they're also going to take you out past the asteroid belt, where you're actually going to start up the better than light drive to actually start your mission. So right off the bat, we're going to start some skill checks here. I'm going to need here, as you come close to this ship, you actually get another radio message coming in. Now, Flash, you know this guy, the pilot of this other ship. His name's Hank. He's good working. He's a union man, just like you. He comes
Don't trust him.
He comes over the comms. He says, "It looks like we're having some issues here. The automatic coupling device isn't working. We're gonna need one of your guys to head outside there and just jimmy it into place a little bit. The mag locks aren't stealing correctly. What do you guys do that? I'm all alone here on my ship."
Yeah, I mean, I can do that, but in my experience in life, ain't nothing automatic about any sort of coupling. So you should have anticipated this, partner. But I mean, I do have 0G training. I can do it, but am I getting hazard pay for this?
Yeah, just you to file that with you have a corporate person on ship, right?
Oh yeah, we got one of them. Yeah.
I believe the new mandates are that forms need to be signed in quintuplicate.
Yeah, I don't know numbers. I ain't doing numbers.
Yeah, well, the execs they'll tell you, they'll figure. Yeah, but yeah, hazard pay. I believe that is a standard operating procedure.
Okay, well then I could potentially walk on the outside of the ships and make them fornicate.
Heck yeah. So you hop into your spacesuit and get in your airlock. Go ahead and make that 0G training skill here.
All right, my skill is 50, and I rolled a 20.
Cool. So you're perfectly comfortable out there. You latch your tether on and you start walking up
so slowly.
Yeah. You make it to the coupling device, and it honestly, it's just off, from where it should be. A little jury rigging, maybe a swift kick, something like just to move it to where it needs to be. Can I get you now to make a tech know-how, and a heave check?
Okay, tech know-how is 50 for me. I'm gonna roll that first. Yeah. And then a heave check. That for me is a 30. That one's going to be a little rougher. Oh, man. I should be getting paid good.
Yeah, so Flash, how about you describe how you're actually doing this?
Well, I got out there, and Hank's telling me to bash it about and give it a kick, but in my experience, docking procedures require a little finesse, a little wiggle. So I do it decent. I do it slowly. I get that tube in there. I make sure she's good and connected. And only then do I start the docking procedure. I take my time. I savor it.
Nice. You slide it right in all nice and easy like, and then you hear the, you don't hear so much as feel the of the the latches hooking into place, you know, the vibrations through the ship and up through your boots. You proceed back into the ship as you catch the tail end of old Hank saying, "Oh yeah, we got it, cool. I'm gonna start the refueling process, and then we're gonna take you on out just past the asteroid belt, so we can get this test underway." So a few moments pass. If there's anything that you guys want to do, whether like system checks or if you have any role playing, like just let me know. And as you guys, because traveling out to the asteroid belt is gonna take a little bit, you know. These ships move fast, but it's still gonna be, you know, a few minutes before you get out there.
Fran is going to get started on that hazard pay paperwork because she doesn't trust anyone else to fill it out correctly. So she's just going to get us started while he's out there, and also is preparing at the same time insurance paperwork in case he's dead, in case he messes up. So that's going to be an administration role.
Yes.
I pass.
Nice.
I'm just getting all that put together in this time. Once I realize he did it safely and we're all good, then I like shred the insurance paperwork like very discreetly and just keep filling out the hazard pay form.
Fran, I can assure you, when Flash is around, insurance is the last thing you need.
Listen, as long as you're not gonna give me any trouble and let me fill out all the paperwork, we won't have to deal with any issues from the big hoo-has back at corporate. I may get along with them when we're back on Earth because I have to work with them on a daily basis, but like that doesn't mean I'm their friend. Just let me handle it.
Got you. Fran is no friend. I'll file that one away like your paperwork.
I'll have it done for you by dinner.
Jan would probably sit down in the captain's chair and start familiarizing herself with the navigation controls, maybe pressing a few buttons in terms of piloting and seeing what happens. I don't know if I should press a button to see if I accidentally press something bad, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah, sure. Give me a piloting check. Space piloting check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do a brief systems check. Luckily enough, this ship is actually a retrofitted older model of a space hopper, I believe, or maybe it's a space skipper. Very similar models. But you just happen to have been trained in a hull of a decommissioned ship, very similar to this one. So the controls are all very familiar to you. With that successful roll, you
this
hit a
is
few
where
buttons.
I failed my Kobayashi Maru last time, if I remember correctly.
Working as Jentendo.
You make sure everything's like, you know, set up. You see the fuel gauge is constantly rising, you know, as your ship's getting refueled by the refueling ship, and everything looks fine. Even the radio works, although it probably won't work for much longer as you get further and further away from Earth. Or either that, or you'll just be picking up older and older radio transmissions. The further you get from space, the music just becomes like the golden oldies, and then like
crazy feelings, so jitterbug, like.
I believe that's how radio transmissions work, right? Something like that. But yeah, you guys, you're taken out past the asteroid belt. Luckily for you guys, the decoupling process goes smoothly. You don't have to like wrench the ships apart manually.
One of them forms was a prenuptial agreement.
And with the ship decoupled, the Hank one last time over the radio. Well, that's it for me. Godspeed, guys. You know, we're all counting on you. I know me, my 18 grandkids, I need this job, so, you know, just make sure this goes well so that the company can stay in business. All right, well, I'll see you back on Earth. And then he is off, heading back home. Well, you guys hop into something called the Deconstitutor to go into deep sleep to get yourselves out into the actual black of space, where it's
would I know
safe.
would I know how long we're supposed to be doing our deep sleep?
Yeah. You're gonna be in there for a couple of months, as the ship goes past the gas giants and out into like the open reaches. It's more of a precaution than anything else. They don't want you like running into planets. They've set you on a trajectory that you shouldn't have to worry about that, but you know, insurance things, you gotta be sure, and you know, so they want you to go into deep sleep, and then you'll be automatically woken up by the ship's systems when it's time to actually hit that button.
So I'm gonna put this out here, Captain. You mind if I stay awake during these 2 months? Because I'm a little concerned about this test flight. I kind of would like, in case something mechanical goes wrong. You got a problem with that? We got enough supplies for me to do that?
There are emergency rations. It would be tough. It would be tough for you to stay. Like, you'd have to probably, you know, eat like one meal a day kind of thing.
Oh, well, no, screw that. I don't do nothing unless I got craft services. So, Captain, you can just ice me. Ice me now. Actually, put me to sleep right now and save my food for later.
But yeah, there's probably I don't know, just a couple of weeks of rations for the whole crew, you know, to eat well every day. But yeah, you guys, so if nobody actually has like full on objections at this point, it's real simple. You each hop into what looks like like, I imagine it to look like a cryo chamber from like Fallout 4, you know, just like an old, you know, cylinder kind of thing with like a window for like, you know, where you can like see out, you know, with a nice like cushiony chair, lots of big vacuum hoses and stuff. Except instead of what you might assume, like spraying you with like cryogenic gases or something to flash freeze you, instead what these things do is they deconstitute your body by removing all of your liquid and turning you into a pill of salts.
Nice.
So one by one, you're zapped with, you know, high, far future of the year 2000 space technology. You are turned into these little pills. Couple months go by, and then one by one, starting with the captain, you are woken back up. This thing, you know, this deconstitutor, this can be used, you know, again, you know, if you need to go on long journeys, you know, things like that. But yeah, it's not like, as long as the ship's computer is working, then this machine shouldn't, like, you don't need to make skill checks for it, right? It's supposed to introduce that mechanic of just like, this is an option for travel, right? But as you wake up and exit the deconstitutor, you know, a small blinking light on the communications panel up there by the captain's chair.
I would go up and hit that little blinking button, full well knowing that it won't blow up the ship.
Exactly. You hear a bit of a as a little tape rewinds, and you hit the play button, and the first one is a few messages for the ship, for the crew. The first one, you can't quite make it out. It sounds loud and raucous. You can hear some music in the background, like glasses, people like shouting over each other and stuff. And after a little bit, you hear like, Flash, it's me, Garrett, man. We saw you take off of that shit. Oh man, that was so cool, dude. We're drinking for you tonight, my friend. And then it kind of like, just like you hear like some clattering and stuff, and then you hear it. Sorry, oh, sorry about that. I dropped the receiver. I've already had a few drinks tonight. But anyway, I'll see you when you get back. Boy, we'll have a few drinks down at the Union Hall. And then that message cuts off. You get another message. This one is for Ensign Benson. It's a girl. She's pining for him. You know, it's like they had. You can tell by the message that they had just started a relationship, but like he had to like go off.
I delete the message before he even gets to hear any of it. I don't care. I delete it.
Ensign Benson could get jettisoned.
I mean, he is kind of the red shirt of this crew, to be fair.
Good. We need one because it's not going to be me.
You know what? We'll toss him into the sun. We'll call him a Benson burner if we gotta.
The next message up on the ship says, "Hello, Dr. Abstracto. This is a representative from the First National Bank. You've missed 2 payments on rent for your practice, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to shut you down. We just cannot accept late payments. We've sent many letters with no response from you whatsoever. And I apologize, but we just cannot do business with someone that will not pay their rent and their mortgages on time for their business." And then like a little click. And then the next message is from Jan Barron. This one is the most recent message. And it says, "Good morning, crew. You should be getting this, or I'm sending this relatively around the time when you should be coming out of the deconstitutor. We're all rooting for you. Everybody in headquarters, we're ready to watch that ship fly. Just remember, we're all counting on you to make this to make Space Corp proud. Alrighty, we'll see you when you get back to Earth." And then cuts off.
Is there a roll I can make to determine if I believe she was telling the truth?
Yeah. There's what would that be? There's some social skills, right?
Would it be streetwise? No.
You could
Psychology?
make a persuade bluff check.
Okay.
To see if she was bluffing you.
It's gonna be hard. I've read 36 books on persuading bluff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really bad. That didn't happen.
Can I try?
Sure, yeah.
Because I have a higher persuade bluff. I also fail.
Yeah, to you, you guys, you note that there's a sense of nervousness in her voice. There's a lot riding on this. But as far as you know, yeah, everything is kind of riding on your shoulders here to be successful. Let's see here. There is also, it's not just a one-way communications thing. You can send messages home, if you would like to. So if you would like to, just let me know and we can do that. Otherwise, the next thing is for you guys to boot up the old engine.
I would send the report back home to say that we'd all came out of our salt sleep effectively, and that actually I would turn to Dr. Abstracto and say, Dr. Abstracto, do you feel as though everyone has reconstituted appropriately after our sleep?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. If there's any troubles, we'll just give him a little shot of whiskey. It's medical.
Okay. I report back that we have a plan in case anything were to happen to any of us after coming out of our sleep. I send this report back home.
Yeah, I like that. I like that plan of whiskey, y'all. Both of you. Good thinking. Whiskey has never steered me wrong. It steered me places unexpected, but never wrong.
Whiskey, take the wheel.
Did you say that whiskey is a medicine, Doctor?
It is. It very much is.
I'm gonna get working on some forms to get whiskey on the payroll.
When there was one set of footprints on the beach, it was actually just a big, giant anthropomorphized whiskey bottle carrying you.
I'm a little stumped with my. I failed my roll, so I'm a little stumped how to process the paperwork right now. But I'm gonna note it for later.
Yeah. You've been dipping into some of the medicine already today. Alrighty. So you send your messages back. Transmission seems to be working. Everything on your end seems to have gone fine. So, let's see here. Yeah. Let's swap over to this scene as you all enter into the bridge of the Zero. You take your places. Everybody starts doing some prep work to hit the go button, and Dr. Ashton takes some time to kind of explain like the better than light drive and all that stuff. So we have a picture of Dr. Ashton over here. We'll put Ensign Benson up in here.
We have an activation of the community goal.
Oh boy. Let's see. Oops. We have
Is drama time the Shatner effect?
No.
Captain Tandar. We have, oh god, Dr. Abstracto, why are you?
Yes.
Abstracto, you're about that tall, right?
Captain Tandar. I like being scaled off of. It's perfect.
We got a Flash Lightman. What would you?
Yeah, you know, I'm glad my parents named me Flash and not Flesh.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not the god. I may be a god, you know, depending on how these roles go, but
So yeah, we'll put, you know what? We'll put Wickerbottom over here. And we'll move you to the back, and we'll put Benson down here, and we'll put Ashton over here. How about that? That looks good enough. Listen, I didn't think about layers with this bar back here, but everybody's in the engine room. I would like our captain to make a space piloting check here.
Oh no. I have a 50 as my space pilot check, but I rolled a 71.
Interesting. All right. So you everybody sits down. I
don't sit, I only stand.
Ashton goes through like what's supposed to happen. The better than light drive works on this principle of creating a gravitational field in front of the ship and kind of pulling the ship with it. And because it's just constantly generating this gravity field, it's constantly accelerating. And theoretically, as long as the ship's Bendel field, if I'm getting that correct, I believe that's what it's called in the game. It's basically a force field around the ship that will protect you from, you know, achieving infinite mass and crushing and, you know, everybody dying. As long as that holds up, which the tests previous to this have made sure, like, this should work, right? Like, the systems are all good. The test should go fine, right? And after this quick explanation, you hit the big red button that starts the engine and sends you rocketing forth through space. Stars start to move a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster until they start becoming streaks of white, you know, light, you know, zipping past the ship. And it just gets faster and faster and faster until the screens inside the bridge of the ship
Oh.
inside the bridge of the ship, they start to like just become white noise. Like you're not exactly sure, like, is this like you're just going too fast and there's interference with the camera, or is this just like, you know, stars in the universe whipping past you like super fast? You're not exactly sure, but all of a sudden everything just goes black and quiet.
Uh-oh.
This isn't working as intended.
Ashton's kind of typing like, oh no, 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 oh no, no, no.
You point me to a problem, I'll fix it. But I this is a little bit above my pay grade in terms of the entire ship not functioning.
Can I do a navigation check to see if I know where we are?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I pass.
You pass. So Ashton is quick, just on the keys. You know, she's typing things, trying to figure things out. You have you've got that natural leadership kind of intuition, right? Ashton's like all logic. She needs data. You just kind of pick up on context clues. You know, it probably doesn't help that Benson is crying in the corner. But you realize before anyone that you are nowhere. Literally nowhere.
Well, we've really done it this time, crew.
What'd we do?
We are officially nowhere.
What?
Are we at the tail end, or are we in the middle of nowhere?
I can't see a beginning or an end to it. And who knows, with all those lights zipping past us, I have no clue. I think we're in trouble.
Maybe you should just do the warp again. Maybe it'll bring us back.
I don't know if it's a double negative type thing, where if we do it again, we get a positive. But I mean, I would turn to Flash and say, like, what do you think has malfunctioned with the Zero drive?
You know, I'm gonna have to take a look at that, and I mean a good long look. So can I get double time?
Oh my god. I turn to Fran.
I don't think double time would qualify for this situation. However, if the situation becomes dangerous, I can have another copy of hazard pay forms filled out for you.
I immediately try to figure out what minor but very scary looking thing I can have happen that looks like the ship is in imminent danger. Like lights going off as I check the drive and try to figure things out.
Yeah, sure. Make a tech know-how skill.
Okay, all right. That for me is, I think, a 50, 47.
So yeah, you successfully like start making like lights flash and stuff like that. But real quick, Ashton's like, cut that out, Flash. It's not the time. It ain't the time for this. I've got my diagnostics pulled up. Everything's fine. The ship, the engine worked. The Bendel-field's holding fine. I just don't And then as soon as she's about to say, I don't understand what's going on, you hear a deafening explosion. The screens go bright white and almost blindingly bright light for a split second, and then you see stars and just motes of light flying outwards from your central location.
Would you say that was a flash of light, man?
I wouldn't, says Ashton, but you did. That is a thing that you said. She says, oh dear. Oh dear. We thought, okay, so I need to come clean. This was like a 0.0000001% chance that this could happen. But I know what to do. It's fine. She starts typing in on the console. She's like, okay, so if Earth is in this position 13 billion years from now, if we are on a trajectory of the... As she starts saying these things, you start to realize that you just restarted the universe. That was a second Big Bang. And Ashton is currently trying to plot a trajectory to where Earth should end up.
I have a theory about this.
Ashton, you're doing wonderful. Please share your theory.
Yeah, it was just a Big Bang Theory joke,
I know.
Captain.
I know. I know.
So
Bazinga!
what you're saying is we caused another Big Bang.
Yeah.
Yes, it. Like I said, very, very slim chance. Like I said, like 0.7 zeros and then a 1% chance that this would happen. But of course, I'd be on the ship that wins the lottery.
What kind of paperwork is this gonna entail?
I think you could. I don't know if this is good or bad for you, but I think you're going to need to invent new paperwork for this, Fran.
Wait a second. If we restarted everything, there's no more union.
There will
Exactly.
be a union in about 13 billion years.
I feel very unmoored right now, Captain. Captain, Captain, I need reassurance about our mission.
Don't worry, everything is going according to plan. We have gone where no one has gone before, except everyone, because we all started from here.
We're everyone, you're right, because now wherever we go is where the first people... Oh my god, this is so confusing.
We did it. We did it, everyone.
So
Benson is still just crying in the corner, like grabbing his knees and rocking back and forth.
I go and I slap Benson and I say, "Get it together, man. It's not your time to die yet."
but my mama and my sisters and my brothers and my pa.
They're all gone. They're all gone. Same with that woman who you didn't care for anyway. They're all gone.
Wait, you know Shelly? My sweet Shelly?
Shelly's gone. Shelly never existed, Benson.
Shelly
Put on your red shirt. Put on your red shirt and your big boy pants and get back in line.
Yes, Captain. He goes and
me
mans
20
a console.
bucks.
He's just like typing like one key at a time. Just he's still out of it, but at least he's not like in hysterics anymore.
Commander, I applaud you for your quick thinking and rationality during that moment. It was very beautiful. I think we should try to radio out and see what we might be able to contact, or if we could pick up any type of signal.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Fran.
If we keep floating the way we're at, I don't think we can fuel up anytime soon, you know what I mean?
I point to Dr. Abstracto and say, "Dr. Abstracto, get that man," and I point to Benson, "Get that man something to calm him down and make him more functional as part of my crew." And then I turn... I just want you to give him whiskey, get him trashed. Benson's getting trashed today.
Precisely what I do.
Oh shit, if I act irrational, I get whiskey? This is a Pavlovian thing that I didn't need to know about.
And taking Fran's excellent suggestion, I attempt to radio out to see if anyone is out there in the nothingness.
Sure, yeah. I think that's just you just do that.
This happens, yeah.
Communications and stuff seem to be working. All you get back right now is white noise. This is just moments after the Big Bang. Actual stars and stuff haven't even formed yet. It's just hot matter, plasma out there. But as you are checking, you're fiddling with the communications and things like that, you do notice something rather disturbing. And that is that...
Something else rather disturbing?
Yeah. Okay. That is... You know that... So, you do some... you see the diagnostics and stuff, like, pulled up on your screen that Ashton was looking at. Ashton has neglected to tell you that the Bendel field is still functioning, but it couldn't survive that again.
Okay, so we cannot attempt to jump out of this.
Right. It wouldn't be able
Is
to
that right?
activate the BTL again because it
Mm.
like doing that, like restarting the universe again. Like if that were to happen a second time, right? That wouldn't be like good for the Bendel field. Probably break like your force field, and you would also just be collapsed into nothing and remade.
Oh. Well, I don't want to be remade.
Yeah. So, Captain, you start to realize like you better hope that your your physicist here can plot a good trajectory, and then you're probably gonna have to hop back in the deconstitutor for about 13 billion years and take the long road home.
No, no.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
I'd like to go over everything quickly and just make sure that we have the best chances of surviving for 13 billion years.
Sure.
We got whiskey.
I'll let you. I'll say this is a complicated skill challenge.
Okay.
So you'll be making tech know-how here to do to diagnose stuff first.
Okay.
And you possibly build and repair afterwards.
Okay.
Depending on what you roll. So here you have to succeed 3 times before you fail 3 times. A 7 succeeds.
All right. So that's my tech know-how.
Yeah. So give me another tech know-how here.
Okay. So far, initial estimates look good on our energy levels. Yep. Second assessment's looking okay. I think I did everything I know how to do in quick succession at approximately a 50-50 chance of success.
You check.
Great work, Flash.
I do it quick. That's why they call me it. It's kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem in personal situations. Captain.
Had to make it awkward.
Captain, it's a good thing I'm good with equipment, just not my own.
Okay, I'm ending this conversation.
Reminds me of summer vacation 5 years ago. I met a man off the coast of Tijuana named Jose. He was beautiful, and we made love for 5 minutes.
Well, in about 13 billion years and 5 minutes, we'll find out if Jose's still around.
Oh, I'll never see Jose again.
So what you're saying is, Jose, can you see?
Oh, I wish he could. There's plenty that I would love to show him right about.
I push Flash into the airlock and send him out into nothingness.
I'm your only hope of repairing things. Then it just scrolls across the screen. Flash was not the imposter.
Oh my god.
Wait, there are rules for this. Hold on.
Oh, it's happening. I'm pushing.
Wait, what is well, let's see. If he doesn't have a spacesuit on, he gets ejected out of the airlock. The chances of survival are very minimal at best. It says here in my quickie looky uppy skills, patent pending. It says you fucked.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem we've established with Flash.
So
as you are all like talking about, my love isn't around, like all of this stuff. Ashton tries to like calm everybody down by saying, like, look, this is just the Big Bang. We just started it over again. The probability is that everything will just turn out normally. Your beach lover will be back, born around the same time, Benson's girlfriend and family, like everything should be fine. Like we just need to
don't give Benson hope.
Sleep.
Listen.
No, don't give Benson hope, because if so, Benson's gonna be hedging. Benson hedges them.
So what you're saying is that everything's gonna start back to normal the way it was?
Well, theoretically.
How could that happen if we're all here? We're not over there. We're here.
You see a look on her face that was like, Oh yeah, that is true.
I may
So,
not be
well-
good at the science thing, but I haven't been born yet, but I'm standing here. That doesn't make sense.
She says, well, that's why it's a theory. But best to keep our heads up, right? Best to hope for success at this point.
All right, how long do I gotta be asleep?
Like 13-ish billion years.
Is a ship gonna live that long?
So Flash's diagnostics checks, everything, like the Bendel field itself was damaged to the point where like you couldn't survive another like jump like you just did. But the Bendel field, like, even though it's damaged, it's not like degrading, right? It's just not functioning at full capacity. It's holding steady. Life support systems are holding steady. You doing some quick math and stuff, like the crew figures out, like, as long as you put yourself into the deconstitutor and go into hypersleep, the ship will go into like low power mode, and once you're on a trajectory at a set speed, it's space. You don't need to continuously exhaust fuel, so everything will shut down, just minimum power levels, and
So,
you should be
Fran,
fine.
what I'm trying to say is we're in space and we're gliding. It's astrology gliding. You
Oh,
see,
stop
there's
it.
there's
Stop
no
it.
friction
Stop
because
it. No,
there's no particle.
no.
Well, Captain,
No.
Captain, I'm trying to explain a very complex thing to Fran.
No, just
you
put
are
me to
trying to
sleep.
you're trying to product place for Astroglide, and I'm tired of this.
Just put me to sleep.
Tired of this.
If I
Don't
Hear it
can't
coming a
have,
mile away.
if I can't have a sense of humor in dark times, what is left, Captain? Do you realize we may be the only things in this
Stuff.
universe creating mirth?
I grab Flash by his collar and I toss him into the deconstitutor chamber with all of his Astroglide, and I shut it.
You can try and stop me, but nothing will.
This is gonna be like the space version of Jeff Goldblum's The Fly, except we're combining Flash with Astroglide.
Oh, Flash has
Blastroglide.
already
Blastroglide.
combined himself with Blastroglide.
I
Don't
like
you worry.
that.
He's gonna come out very moist.
Mhm. Hard to hold on to.
Slippery when wet.
Very hard to hold on to.
Slippery when not wet, I think, is the point of Astroglide, actually. So let's go.
Slippery when dry.
Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's move past this.
But yeah. So with that, there's everything looks good. I mean, all that's left is for Ashton to finish up her calculations to make sure that you are at like the correct 20 or even 40th decimal place to the degree at which she needs to angle the ship to get close to Earth, right? And then yeah, you just kind of set her on autopilot and let it go. So if anybody has any last words before we hop back into the deconstitutor and take a quick bathroom break, I give you players the floor. Perfect last words.
Mm-hmm.
We will make that your epitaph.
My final last words are, Benson, shut up. And that's it.
Shoves Benson into.
Shut up, Benson. Stop it.
And as we cut to commercial, you just hear Ensign Benson say, "My Shelley!"
You've heard about the Star Cruiser, the Star Skipper, and the Space Hopper, but Space Corp would like to introduce you to our newest rocket yet. Brand new for the year 2000, Space Corp is unveiling the Spaceship Zero. the first ever ship of its kind outfitted with a new interstellar engine we call the Better Than Light drive. Better than light, you ask? Why, yes. Our new proprietary technology outpaces the competition when it comes to light speed drives. Our new engine creates a gravitational field in front of the ship, effectively turning the Spaceship Zero into a sled sliding down an infinitely long hill. The best part is the BTL drive can create a gravitational pull so strong it propels the Zero faster than the speed of light. And it does it with less fuel than our competitors, who are still limited by light speed. Be sure not to miss our inaugural flight on June 5th of this year. Are you living a boring life? Sick of the drab surroundings at the office? Tired of the monotony of your daily routine? Then look no further, adventure seekers. Space Corp is the place for you. Join our team of scientists, engineers, pilots, and staff. Adventure in the stars await all those who seek a break from the rigors of modern life. Take a break from Earth, explore Mars, mine resources in the asteroid belt. Perhaps you'll even be lucky enough to be the first human to make contact with an alien species. There are no limits to how far you can go with Space Corp. Head to your local recruitment center today to sign up for a life-changing adventure. Remember the days when families could leave their doors unlocked at night? It's a sad truth, but as the world gets smaller and global pressures surround us, more and more people find themselves the target of violence. We here at Space Corp seek to preserve the golden age of our country, a time when people could feel safe in their houses and not need to worry about threats lurking in the dark of night, just waiting for a chance to steal what you value most. Introducing a newfound peace of mind, the Atomizer from Space Corp. Say goodbye to your rusted old service revolver and your hunting shotguns for home security, and say hello to the future. With the Atomizer, you'll only need one shot to put down any home intruders and would-be murderers. That's right, just one shot, even a glancing blow, and this new energy weapon will dissolve the no-good ne'er-do-well into a pile of fine particles that you can suck up with your handy-dandy Space Corp wall-mounted vacuum-suck hand vacuum. Find both at a retailer near you. Summer's here. Mom is baking pies, Dad is dusting off the grill, and the kids are getting ready for a summer of fun cookouts and pool parties. To celebrate our great nation's birth and independence, we at Space Corp want to remind you that we value your communities and your families. That's why this summer, we are happy to announce our new war suit. 8 feet tall, oxygen tanks, built-in telecommunications array, and best of all, it only needs 4 Space Corp atomic batteries per hour to function. So this summer, as you are enjoying Dad's skills on the grill, remember that the men and women of the U.S. Space Navy are protecting our great nation with Space Corp brand war suits.
And we're back in black for some of us. Hopefully, our mechanic can get their camera working again here as they are coming out of the deconstitutor, our crew. First out of the deconstitutor is Captain Tandar. Captain, as you pop out of the deconstitutor, your senses are, well, first of all, you're very disoriented. You've been a salt pill for 13 billion-ish years, or at least that's how long you were supposed to be asleep for. You're not actually sure yet, because you literally have just woken up and stepping out of your cryopod. But not only are you just disoriented, your balance is weird, your vision's kind of blurry and coming into focus, but you are also simultaneously being assaulted by alarms, just meow, 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 klaxon just going off, right? Something is wrong.
Okay. I would head to my chair immediately as everybody else is exiting their salt pill pods.
Yeah, out behind you is Dr. Ashton. After Ashton comes Abstracto, then Ensign Benson, and then our corporate executive. And last but not least is our mechanic, Lightman. He is the last to exit his pod.
Something as strange has happened. 13 billion years of exposure to flash stroke glide has changed me into something, pretty radical. Weird. I'm like so confused, Captain.
I shove him into the airlock.
Ashton's like, not now, not now. We have to. The alarms are sounding for a reason.
Okay, fine. I go on and take a look. What should I press to find out what's going on?
You head over to the controls. Let's see here. You start checking the control or the arrays and things. It looks like the only thing working right now is the radar. And I need you to make a tech know-how roll to see if you can like decipher the radar. As I say, Spooky Sprinkles, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. We just came back from break. Our crew so far has set off to test a spaceship with a faster than light speed drive. They succeeded in turning on the engine. They destroyed the universe and made a second Big Bang. And they just woke up from cryosleep after 13 billion years trying to get back to Earth, hoping that Earth has evolved in a similar fashion as to the one that they left. They just woke up from cryosleep, alarms are sounding, and our crew is currently trying to figure out just what the hell is making these alarms sound.
And I'm not really the technical one of the crew, but I'm going to roll it anyway. We're looking for something under a 20, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, there we go.
An 18?
Look at that.
There you
I
go.
rolled an 18.
Nice. So you notice somehow dust has kind of settled over everything so you're wiping screens down and stuff. You wipe off the radar and you see there's like a little blip. Bloop, boop, bloop, bloop. It's heading towards you. A collision is imminent unless you guys do something. You do notice, however, your other like stuff, like everything seems to be working, but for some reason your monitors are all like blurry and bleary, and like you can't see, like video wise, like you can't see what's outside the ship, even though your systems are operational. You figure that someone's gonna, if like maybe space junk has like built up over your camera systems outside the ship. If you want to be able to see what's going on out there, someone's gonna have to go out there and clean off the cameras. The other option is that you just kind of fly, in air quotes, blind via radar to try and like avoid obstacles.
Hey,
you can
Captain.
still ping radar.
That sounds like a totally fucking gnarly idea. Like I want to go touch space.
Godspeed.
Cool. God could be out there. Yeah.
I
get
look
it.
toward Fran and I say, what paperwork am I going to need to make this happen?
There isn't any paperwork that exists for it right now. I don't
Okay.
know. Everything's
Okay.
probably different.
Fran is like already frazzled. Like her hair is just like a wreck. She's just like, she's got bags under her eyes. She's
Oh, no.
like, she was just stressed at this point. Like she probably doesn't have a job. She's like, I don't know.
I don't know what the
My
fuck to
hand.
tell ya.
I put my hand on your shoulder, friend. I say, like, I totally get it. This left me totally changed too, you know?
God.
Jose, is that you?
No, man, like Jose's like long gone, but it's okay. It's okay. We can make it work, you know? So, Captain, should I like just go do it then?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so 0G. That's pretty high for me. Let me double check. Okay, rolling my D100. Boop. I just pass.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, you're getting there. You know, you get in your spacesuit. You're still a little wobbly from the deconstitutor and the regeneration, but you make it out there just fine. I'd like you now to make a C check for me.
A C check.
Yes. So like a spot check.
I was thinking SEA. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a 20 for me, so I'm rolling that now.
One might say that space is a sea of stars, a star ocean, if you will.
Yeah, I failed that by about 10.
Okay. So yeah, you get out there, lots of stars, you see space and everything. You're just really focused on your job to get to the various sensors or arrays and clean them off. As I said before, anybody inside, if you want to do things, it's like loose action time right now. Like if anyone has something they want to do, like let me know and we'll kind of go like one by one to do them. But if nobody else has anything to do, I'll just continue on with Flash as we do things. But your next goal, Flash, would be tech, build and repair to clean off and fix the things outside the ship.
Okay, that's a 50 for me, and I fail it.
Okay, so it's taking you a little bit of time to clean this stuff up. Space gunk is caked on there, real bad. Inside the ship, you guys, alarms are still going off. Collision is imminent. It's a large object, like many, many times bigger than the Zero itself, and it's coming towards you. Somewhere out there in the black. If there's anything that you guys want to do, let me know, because it's gonna take Flash a little bit of time. Like if you want to make any piloting checks to try and maneuver out of the way, or if you have any other ideas of like what you might do, let me know.
Fran's going to light a cigarette and just lean back in her chair and just wait while smoking.
Alright.
Dr. Abstracto is gonna share medicine with Fran.
She slams it. Just woof. Even if you gave her like a highball glass, just gone. Just slams it on the desk and just keeps smoking.
Benson says, "Ma'am, can you put that out? That's not good for my asthma."
I slap Benson.
Asthma hasn't been invented yet.
I slap Benson and I say, "She's done more for this ship than you ever will, Benson." And then I would like to do two things, if possible.
Yes.
One thing, I'm going to slap Benson a million times during this campaign until he dies. Even when he's dead, I will probably pick up his corpse and slap him after he's dead.
Or dying.
Or dying, yeah. So I would like to, one, try and remember if I would recognize the silhouette of this ship on my radar. Like if I were to able, like what kind of ships are larger of this size? One, and I mean, obviously, what information I glean from that is going to be pretty vague, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you you would probably have a do you have a lore skill based on that? Like there's a language and lore thing that you could have taken like ranks in and whatever. It's one of those things on the character sheet where it's like language and lore and then blank, like you fill in the blank kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I have that. I don't think I've got that.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that one. So if not, that's okay. I don't have to roll for it. That's all right. Or whatever it is, I could just multiply my whatever by 2.
We'll just say yeah, give me just a brains times 2 as like your check here.
All right. Well, that's a hard
no. 99. I don't think
I didn't crit fail though. I didn't crit
fail. You did fail, but you didn't crit fail.
I don't recognize this ship at all. I look at it and I think to myself, I don't even remember there being ships this large in the academy.
Yeah, no, that's true. You don't know of any ship either by Space Corp or any other space company out there that would be this big or this shape even. This might just be a space object. It could be an asteroid, it could be something you're not exactly sure.
For my second thing that I'd like to do, I'd like to try to navigate the ship out of the way, or pilot the ship out of the way, because I would likely try to do that. Just logically, I'd be like, I don't want to get hit by this thing.
Sure. Okay. So I want you to make a space pilot check, and I'm gonna need Flash to make another 0G training because you're on the outside of the ship.
I'm on the outside. Yeah.
That's a pass. My pilot is 15.
I have passed my
Okay.
0G training.
So yeah, as you're cleaning off the sensors array, you feel the ship kind of fire off some engines. You start to quickly maneuver. You gotta grab on. You're still tethered, but at least you're not like flying off and like getting stuck to the end of your tether, right? You're like latched onto a sensor array. While this is happening, do you want to try and keep cleaning the sensors, or do you want to try and make it back inside the ship, or is there something else you want to do?
Captain, I'm feeling more myself out here. There's a very large object that is scaring me, and I am going to come back inside the ship.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right. I'll say with that 0G training, you also can make it back inside the ship. I'm not gonna make you roll another 0G for that. So you make it back inside the ship. To find out that the ship has been course corrected successfully. However, the object also course corrects. It is still on a collision course with you guys.
Uh-oh.
I tell everybody to brace for impact because it seems as though no matter how amazing my piloting skills might be, having full knowledge of this ship prior to going on this mission, it seems as though we are being targeted.
Yeah,
So everybody brace yourself for impact.
Dr. Abstracto would like to go to the medical bay and pocket whatever he can that might be helpful.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Do you care if anybody notices you leaving the bridge of the ship?
No, I don't care.
Okay, so we don't need a sneak check. I do not know the inventory of the med bay off the top of my head. I think I have it written down somewhere. But I'm sure there's some basic medical supplies, first aid kits, maybe some other like healing things, like whatever.
Oh my god, I just realized all of the whiskey that Dr. Abstracto had is now aged 13 billion years.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. It's the oldest whiskey that has ever existed.
As
And
soon
Dr.
as
Abstracto has it.
when
And
he
I
was giving
took
it
a
to Ben,
shot.
yeah,
It's like, thank God it's hard liquor, because if that was wine, that'd been the worst vinegar ever.
yeah. I was thinking about it when you gave it to Benson that was some of the last and only whiskey in the universe. Benson is not worth this.
I slapped Benson an extra time for wasting the whiskey before understanding how valuable it currently is.
Benson,
He's
you're
like,
not
but it
worth
wasn't
this.
me. It was Abstracto.
You swallowed it, you could have spit it out. Now sit down and shut up,
He's like,
Benson.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
You
to
made that
swallow
choice.
it.
No
The
wonder
doctor
Shelley
told
left
me
you.
to.
No wonder Shelley put 13 billion years between you and her.
Shelley probably engineered this whole thing just to get away from you. She probably enrolled in the academy, became an engineer, fucked with the
Engineer.
system. Yeah.
So you guys are just psychologically torturing Ensign Benson here. You notice that Jesus
Benson has
Christ.
wet himself. I know.
You broke
Benson
me.
has wet
You
himself.
freaking broke me.
Benson, you know who's gonna clean up that puddle of piss? It's you, buddy. You're the lowest in the totem pole.
He's like, but I didn't crack the mop.
Use your red shirt.
Okay. He starts taking off his shirt, crying. He's just on his hands and knees and mopping it up. Ashton says is like trying to calm him down. She's like, don't worry, Benson, don't worry. It's probably not something, it's probably just a reflection. Our sensors are dirty, it's probably just a reflection from a nearby nebula or something like
I
that.
was actually on the outside of the ship, and that was no reflection.
She kind of shoots you a look of like, "Shut up! I'm trying to make this kid stop panicking."
I know.
Is there like a weapons cache or an armory on the ship?
There is. Let me see if I have that here. But while I look for that, you guys notice that this thing is getting closer and closer and closer. Like, collision is probably imminent unless you do something to avoid it.
I'm gonna try again to avoid it. I don't know. Scramble its sensors. I don't know what to do here.
Can we send out a communication line? Be like, hey, you're gonna hit us.
We could do that. Who's like our comms-ish person?
That
Is
is
it
supposed to be
me?
Benson.
Oh.
God damn it.
Benson,
How
get
can
the
Benson be that
comms.
when he has a 0 in backbone? Like, I don't understand.
He's just supposed to be the radio guy.
my God.
Let me see here.
Yeah, well, video killed the radio star, and I'm gonna take Benson and throw him in his seat.
Beat him with a radio.
Yeah, exactly.
I have an idea. All right, I'm gonna go over to Benson after he's thrown in his seat and has been berated and abused, and I'm gonna lean in real close after taking a drag of my cigarette, and I'm gonna charm him. So
All right.
I fail, but I lean in real close. I'm like,
Benson, sweetie, you get those communication lines open and you see if you can talk to those people coming at us, and I'll sweeten the deal for you later.
What is your what's your skill score for that one?
it's a 50. I failed.
Okay. Yeah, he's just too far into like being panicked.
I would like to try another roll. I'm gonna do an intimidate now.
Okay.
I'm gonna slap Benson across the face and just be like, "Damn it, Benson, do your job!" And I fail. I do slap him.
Fran, that is not how you slap someone. And I grab Benson and I do an intimidate check on Benson and cold cock him.
Oh God! Everyone's just like beating up Benson now.
I think my intimidate is actually pretty high. That's one of the things I picked. Let me double check on my sheet.
Dang.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I cold cocked the shit out of Benson.
Yeah.
I'm a 50 in intimidate though.
So yeah, he's like, fine, I'll do whatever you want. Just please stop hitting me.
You could start by doing your fucking job, intern.
He'll man the comms and try and send out a like a hailing frequency or something, maybe. Let's see.
Yes. That's what I'd like him to do.
I like how he's just got the crap knocked out of him. You're like, yes, going exactly as planned. Thank you, Benson. Do that thing.
Do I have stats for Benson? Let's see.
Let's hope he doesn't have a body score so that we can just keep slapping the shit out of him.
Might not have stats for him specifically.
I'm
He
gonna
doesn't
have
even
to
need stats.
request fan art of Benson next time you do free draw Fridays.
Little Benny boy.
I already drew him. He's right there.
Oh
yeah.
I didn't click. Sorry, I have too many options. Oh, that is him. Okay.
Yeah, he's the one in the front console on the left.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
slap that guy.
definitely,
I'm glad
oh,
I didn't
would.
see him before
I'd slap the shit out of him. That's
I
a very
wouldn't.
slappable face.
He's got a. Does he have a mustache?
No.
Yeah.
He just.
Oh.
I darken the upper lip of people.
I'm gonna pretend he has a mustache. I would never slap a person with a mustache.
I begin to grow a mustache.
So as not to be slapped by the cat.
Yes. Now that I know this personal creed.
There are weapons. I know. So okay. Again, I'm very bad at navigating this book. I know there are some weapons on the ship, as in like a ray gun, like a blaster pistol kind of thing, or like, you know, maybe some normal like kinetic like bullet kind of guns.
Right.
There are not weapons mounted to the ship. Like space combat for you is trying to avoid things. You know, make sure the Bendel field is working as good as it can to give you some extra like resistance to incoming attacks. But there are no like this isn't like a military vessel. It's like a test thing for the engine, right? So it wasn't outfitted completely.
We're hovers, not fighters.
Yeah.
So, how many ray guns are there?
This ray has a gun.
Oh my god.
I believe there are 2 ray guns. I'm not sure about other things.
Right,
Obviously, there'd be like, you know, for the purposes of our mechanic, who I know uses heavy like weapons and also like melee stuff. You have like I drew your character with a giant monkey wrench. Like there's a big ass wrench that you could like pick up for sure.
I call my right hand monkey and my left hand wrench.
I have 2 hands, so I'm gonna grab each ray gun and head back to the bridge, and just be like,
Commander, you might need this.
and I toss her a ray gun from a short distance, like a little
Thank you.
underhand
Fran,
toss.
I can always count on you.
And I look at the doctor's gone, and then we have wrench dude here. So I toss a ray gun to him. I'm like,
I'm no good at a shot. I was the best shot on the women's team. I was the only woman on the women's team. I was not a good shot.
No. It's all coming together now.
I would probably try to do another maneuver. But I would also say, what is the name of the force field? The
Bendel field.
Bendel field. I would ask to divert all of our power to the Bendel field if this thing is coming up on us so fast and is going to ram into us, so that we are as protected as we can possibly be. Are we gonna die?
I mean,
I don't say that out loud. I don't say that out loud. I don't say that out loud to my crew. Come on, man.
I was gonna say,
so
we all
give
die.
Me give me your maneuvering check, your space pilot. I'm gonna make
I pass.
a roll here for our physicist Ashton. Okay, so yeah, Ashton succeeds. So Ashton says, "All right, I've diverted all power, except for keeping, you know, the engines, you know, running so we can maneuver, and like life system, but life support system. Everything else, I've got the Bendel field is as powerful as it can go. It should protect us a little bit from anything incoming. I'm gonna mark it down here. Okay, there it is. All right,
It's
so
the newest and oldest ship in the fleet.
You do have some extra armor. So
It is the
if you
fleet.
do take damage, that damage will be reduced a little bit more, because you're gonna have extra armor, given the Bendel field, extra energy armor specifically. I don't know. I knew I wrote down the weapons and the stuff in the med bay, because I know there aren't supposed to be like tons of like what this.
It's not a
world's
military
version-
vessel.
It's like there's like things in the game that are like similar to like Fallout stim packs, but they're called something else. I know like it has like a few of those, but it's like one of these games where it's like you're supposed to have very little resources. It's like very kind of like realistic, kind of like you might only take like 2 hits with a ray gun before you die kind of thing, right?
Whee!
Like, so I know your supplies are very limited. I just don't know the exact amounts, unfortunately, and I don't see where I put it in my friggin' notes.
Okay.
But I will definitely make sure to have that before next session, like specific things. But for now, let's just say you have like 1 like quick healing kit kind of thing, like 1 stim pack and the 2 ray guns as your weapons, and anything else is fisticuffs or Ray's wrench. Also, King Fishy, welcome in. Thank you for the 200 biddies. We are currently trying to outrun something that is heading towards our cruise ship out here in the black of space. And as you guys are maneuvering, and you maneuvering again, the other ship, or what you think is a ship, is trying to maneuver. Benson gets the comms working. He's like, I found a hailing frequency. And he's like, hello, ship. We're from Earth. We're friendly. Please do not hit us. It would be very nice of you if you did not collide with us. We are friendlies. If you can read us, please respond. A moment of silence, and then you hear the hailing frequency like come back. What you hear on the other end, however, is something sounds similar to like a
Captain, someone appears to be having oral sex on that other ship.
Oh my god.
I wish it was me.
Hey Benson, I think Shelly's on that ship.
You're like, oh god, Shelly, wow! I thought we were meant to be together.
Shelly, why?
He says over the frequency, and then back to you is like more.
Does anyone recognize this? Does anyone recognize this voice, this language that we're hearing?
Nope.
You guys can either roll a check against 2 times brains, or if anybody has like lore, language and lore skill.
2
God, did
times
take
brains it is, and I pass.
There we go.
Maybe you have to form about it.
So
Fran's an international businesswoman, and so
Makes sense.
So Fran, what you do recognize is that this is intelligent speech. Like, it has inflection and it has rhythm to it. Like, it's not just, it doesn't sound like someone choking or drowning or anything like that, but it does kind of sound like someone drowning. It almost sounds like someone's like gargling almost. But like there's cadence and rhythm and like punctuation to the way like the speech is. So you know that it's intelligent speech of some kind, but it sure ain't any fucking language you've ever heard on Earth. At least not on your Earth.
Do we have like a distress frequency that doesn't have like speech? It's like a generalized distress signal.
Someone can make a either like a pilot check or a tech know-how check to see.
I have a very low know-how, so I'll go first, because if you have a higher tech know-how, you can go after me.
Okay.
I fail.
Captain, do you want to try to pallet us out of this, or should I expand upon what Fran was working on?
Also,
why don't
navigate
you
space.
tech know-how?
Tech know-how? All right.
Go for the tech know-how.
I think Fran was on to something. I'm going to try give it the old non-college try. And I fail miserably, Captain. I cannot figure this out.
All right. As you guys are trying to figure out where like the distress like beacon is, you feel the whole ship shudder, like drastically shudder. The life support systems go. Your artificial gravity goes off. Your thrusters stop. Your steering locks up. Like all of anything electronic has just suddenly died in the wake of some exterior kind of explosion that happened. So right now, currently, you have just whatever air is in this room, like in the ship, right?
I'm gonna
oxygen
run
is
over.
not getting cleaned, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna run over to our oxygen system, and I'm gonna use MacGyver my one time this session to wedge the bottle of Astroglide in a very sensitive spot. It's slippery. It may not last, but hopefully it will keep this particular valve, what has been hit by some sort of EMP, continually trying to recharge. It may not fix things now, but that is my narrative thing I would like to try to do.
I'll let you do that this round if you can make a successful zero gravity check.
Okay,
Otherwise,
cool.
we'll let some more stuff happen for you. All right.
All right. While other stuff is happening, I rolled a 19. I start to exit the ship, maybe narratively.
So you succeed on your zero gravity check, right? Well, because the gravity inside the ship is gone.
Oh, I thought you meant to do a walk.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
okay.
Artificial gravity is gone.
That makes sense.
So, because the EMP took out all electronic systems on board the ship, so you don't have engines, you don't have like I said, life support's not got artificial gravity. Everything is just there. You're all floating around, so you kind of have to like wait until you get close to like the ceiling or something and then push off in the direction you want to go, right?
I'm still strapped in my chair, just smoking away.
So you do your MacGyvering, and you get like just a barest hint of like a reserve kind of system up and running. Your steering still out, anti-gravity, like all that stuff's still out. Life support does come back on, and your like sensors and stuff are back. And as you get that far in kind of trying to repair your ship, the sensors reveal that you are much slower now, slowly coming ever closer to this object outside of the ship. So large, in fact, that you can actually wait, sorry, I missed a very important part of my notes.
We're all dead.
No.
Oh, it's the ending of Lost.
The systems also opened the blast shutter that is your windshield, so you can see out the front windshield now. This giant vessel. Good news, bad news situation. It is hovering in orbit around a planet that has continents and oceans that look very similar to Earth. I mean, if you can see down there, that's Italy and Spain and Portugal and the UK and France, right? Like Germany. Like you can see Europe down there. But there's a giant fishy looking spaceship that has you in a magno beam being pulled directly in towards the front of the ship as you see those vertical kind of grates sliding open, almost like the maw of a giant fish opening to swallow you whole.
Usually I have to pay extra for this, Captain.
I put him in the airlock. So okay. Now that I can see the ship, are there any distinctive markings on the ship that I would recognize, or that anybody would recognize? Okay.
No, this is wholly alien. It's got like a shiny green metal on the outside. There's like flapping like fish fins on the side of it. Like it is unlike anything that you have ever seen.
Captain, I Gilly can't understand the scale of this thing.
I would like to take a look out because I can see what I assume is Earth.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
knowing what I know, like how far along from Pangea are we? Like the movement of the continents and the
Mhm.
shape of everything, like could I tell what time frame we exist in?
Yeah, actually, as you can see, so like this, what I have shown on screen here is actually like, pretty much what you would be seeing,
Okay.
here in the, I may have gotten the angle of Earth wrong a little bit, but it looks like summertime in the northern hemisphere as like the northern, it's angled more towards the sun. And you
Okay.
can see on the planet, like down in like Western Europe and like just over like the Mediterranean countries, like the East Europe and the East Mediterranean countries.
Okay.
There's like lights and stuff down there. You recognize the boot of Italy, Cyprus, Greece, Spain,
Sure.
all that stuff. Tunisia, Egypt, right? Like all that stuff. So, and the things on the eastern side of the planet are like in darkness, and there's lights. You're not exactly, you couldn't pinpoint specifically what year it is, but there's
We're past the industrial age, likely.
for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not the angle of the Earth I'm worried about. It's the angler above the Earth.
Yeah. So
Put 'em
definitely
in the
past the
airlock.
industrial age, and enough infrastructure to know that like it's probably very close to about when you guys left.
Relatively on a scale of 0 to 13 billion years.
Yeah.
Past the Big Bang. Yeah. No, it's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would, I would say break the Magna lock or whatever it is. Like I would turn to whoever has the highest techno know-how, and I would say break the Magna lock if we can.
I just feel like I'm doing so much. I'm so tired, and there's not even anyone left to pay me anymore. And I fail.
Oh,
Captain, I've lost my faith in currency. It is a dark time for me.
you kept the
Yeah.
oxygen flowing, sir. You're doing a great job.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
unfortunately, Flash has done all he can in this moment.
Okay.
You are on without your main source of power, to actually like kick yourself back, like turn your engines back on and actually try and maneuver. There's probably not any way for you to break this magno beam, and you are pulled inside of this ship and brought into what appears to be a hangar. The doors start to close behind you. You can see there's the magno beam right there that was pulling you in. It is indeed a giant magnet on a, like, it's like a cannon with a magnet on the end. You can see some like little like like little pod, like kind of little fighter jet kind of ships that you can see, like they got glass domes on them, so you think those are for like outside versus the like more angler fish looking things that are, they don't have any like shields on them, so they're probably for like inside the ship. And you can, really loud, right, these doors close and you can hear like a hissing sound like even through the ship, right, from what you can assume is probably the hangar being pressurized. And in this little glass tube way over on the other side of the hangar, you can see a small platform being lowered, and big spacesuited humanoid shapes. And when I say big, I mean they're probably like 6 feet tall from like, just guessing from the distance, but they're fat. They're like very portly. Does not look like they're very agile to be walking around on land.
Captain, despite their appearance, given that they are using a giant magnet, I do not think that we have been abducted by juggalos.
the magnet is truly a dead giveaway, for we all know that juggalos are terrified of the magnets.
Exactly, Captain. We can at least knock that off the list
Even
of possible
space
aggressors.
juggalos, even
No.
space juggalos fear magnets.
Magnets.
It's true.
How do they work?
They
We'll
never
never know.
found out. Yeah.
It's magic. But yeah, so you already got you have those 2 blasters, these 2 ray guns. Abstracto has like 1 shortcut word stim pack, since I don't remember what they're actually called in this game. Ray, you've got your fisticuffs and your big ol' wrench if you need to use a melee weapon. Other than that, like, is there anything that you guys are gonna try and do before these aliens or spacemen or whoever they are get over to you? You can kind of see they're hopping into that little anglerfish cart near the elevators, and slowly it's like making a U-turn to come towards the ship.
Dr. Abstracto is going to keister the whiskey.
Makes sense. Prison purse. I respect it,
Alright,
Doctor.
Make a I'll give you the choice. You can either
Make a boof check.
you can make
roll.
a
It's your brawn plus dexterity.
you can choose between endure
It's a boof.
or heave. Endure or heave.
What do I have? Oh, they're the same thing. Okay. I'm going to go for heave.
All right.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna
Brute
heave in that
force.
hole. Heave hole.
100
Crit
is
fail.
a critical
Uh-oh.
failure.
Oh no!
No.
Fissures.
Oh,
So,
no.
So for anyone out there in chat who's under the age of 18, please close your ears, since I'm gonna reference something that is horrible and that you should not Google. But y'all remember that that video of the guy with the glass bottle and it breaks?
No.
I just imagined that. I just
don't remember
imagined
it.
that.
Okay with it.
I've never seen that, and I'm glad that I haven't.
Yeah,
Same.
no, it was rough.
Sounds like it was sharp.
Why would you make
A
me
little
relive
late on
that?
that warning.
I deleted that from my memory.
Well, since I brought that back, you also all just lost the game.
Okay,
No. Oh,
Lost the
cool.
game.
we did
All
it.
right. Well, I'll see everyone
not
never.
this game, not the Spaceship Zero. I just mean the
The
game.
No, I caught what you were putting down. I caught it, which is why I said I'm leaving forever. Captain, do you think the ship could be positioned in here in such a way that we could fire the engines on these aggressors?
I mean, this isn't a military vessel. That's the problem. But I turn to Ashton and I say, what is the chances that we could get this going?
She says, well, it seems like our ship is trying to recharge after being hit with the EMP.
Yeah.
If Flash could, work some of his mechanical magic, perhaps we could, do something in order to just fire the engines once. Probably wouldn't be able to sustain flight without letting it charge up more.
I could do some damage to the inside of the ship, is what
That's
I'm
what I'm
hearing.
saying. That's what I'm saying. We position the engines at our aggressors and just give it one bang to try to give us some space. Also, Captain, we need to have a conversation. Ashton seems to be under the misapprehension that I am capable of magic.
Yes. Well, God, I can't take you seriously. Oh my God, I look up at you and I can't take you seriously in the outfit.
Just flash your fist them engine tubes and get them turbocharged.
Blastro glide. Oh God.
Oh boy. So yeah, I would say you have enough time to try and make a
Do it.
complicated skill check
Okay.
here with build and repair to see if you can do this. But
Abstracto, I might need a shot of that whiskey for courage. This is the hardest thing I've ever done.
I you're gonna have to lick a place you don't wanna.
Step over me. Drip it in. Let's go.
Oh my god, where was the warning for that one?
All right. What should I roll?
For drinking the whiskey or for doing the bill?
You tell me. You're the DM.
A lot happening. There's a lot happening.
God.
We have fun.
You know what? Just for
And by
We
fun, we
have
mean
fun.
book, right?
and I
We
hate
have
I'm about,
fun.
and I hate that I'm about to say this, but just for shits and giggles, let's say that you need to make
Oh
an
no.
endure check for drinking this whiskey.
Okay. Let me see what my endure is. My endure is a 30. It's not terrible.
Terribility.
I
Thank you for the bits.
I super do not endure what is happening to me by
Yeah,
about 50.
it's, not only is the whiskey 13 billion years old and we don't know what that means for alcohol, it's also coming out of a very rotund
Unique vessel?
butthole. A unique vessel. Yes. Yes.
Unique
That's
vessel.
a better way of saying it.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Yes.
We should have waited to do that until these aggressors are on us, because I'm sure that would have scared them away. They would have been like, "I thought we were fucked up. Look at
Yeah.
this. Look at this. Look at what's happening
These
to these guys.
barbarians.
This is a yep. We're just gonna go," and they release our ship into space, and the campaign's over.
We did it, everyone. Good job, Captain.
So Flash, give me that first of your build repair checks. See.
I pass it. I have located the engines. I know they exist.
So yeah, you get the control panels open. Some of the wires are frayed, and some stuff's melted. You start trying to patch things together. Connecting, cutting wires, sticking one thing to another. Trying to get things to charge up a little bit faster. Hit me with that second build repair check. If you
Captain,
would.
I've located the engines. Now I'm going to try to see if I understand them. And I succeed.
You do understand how these engines work. Even on the budget that they were able to hire people, you are a competent mechanic in this regard. So hit me with that last check.
I'm going in, Captain. Oh, whoops.
Or potentially
had
last
one.
check if you succeed.
Oh, no. No, I don't.
So you go in there. You've cut some of the wires. You're moving them together. You touch two live wires together, and it shocks you a little bit.
This is more shocking than butt chugging that whiskey.
Your hair's kind of like poofed out, but you're able to straighten your vision after a few seconds, and it's like do or die. You at this point, like, you can't see the little tram of spacemen coming at you, but they gotta be close. Like, they gotta be close by now. Like, it is do or die on the moment.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again?
Yeah. One more. Let's see what you get on this next.
Stand close
succeed.
to.
Gotta succeed 3 or fail 3.
Okay. Stand close to the ship, everybody. I'm blind firing this. Blindly. At 98.
No, the 98. That is a failure again. You connect stuff. You think it's about ready to go. You hit that button and you hear like. It's almost there. Like, you're at least getting that engine. It's just not turning over.
God damn it, this thing's more unresponsive than Shelley to Benson.
All right, give me that. Now, this is the final check. Like, you have 2 failures and 2 successes.
It all comes down to this.
And it's, you have a 50 in the skill, right?
I do. This is a coin toss,
50,
Captain.
It's a coin toss, everybody. 50-50 shot. Do you blast off these engines in just a right amount of time to possibly, like, do a hefty amount of damage to whoever's coming towards your ship?
Oh, thank God.
And with a 21, you just do that classic, like, Fonz move of, like, hit it with your elbow. You hear the engines fire up, like Like, you know they fired off, right? You know they fired off, but they quickly burn out as the systems and everything go as you like completely drain any like reserve power in the Zero at this moment.
I look out the window towards Earth. I locate France, and I say, "I never had a doubt in my mind."
I put him in the airlock.
As you go to the airlock, which is also the
airlock.
which is also the entrance and exit to the ship, you can see through the window on your side, out the window on the other side, there are two creatures on fire just running around. So Ray, you did hit a couple of them. However, the other ones were just like, you see the back cart of this of the ship here, this little cart. This part of the thing is just melted. Like, it's just completely melted. So the guys that were back here, like, they're on fire and running around. The two dudes that were in the front, however, they are actually walking up the little the little ramp onto the Zero that has been,
Hey, Fran, are we gonna have to fill out extra paperwork for the first contact being we didn't even see what they wanted and I murdered two of them?
Honestly, just do whatever the hell you want.
And I crawl under the desk. I fail my hide check, but I don't know that, so I'm like half under the desk, and you can just see my heeled boots sticking out.
I like it. So actually, that actually brings up a good point. Is anybody else going to try and hide?
I'm gonna prepare my ray gun.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my melee weapon and stand next to the captain.
Do I even have that ability?
I think everybody has it. It's just whether you put points into it or not.
Or did I wreck them?
Oh,
A blood trail gives away your location.
Oh no.
You just run in a
hide?
circle around them and then I'll light it on fire.
Hide is a basic skill, so you should have it, and it's based on brain, so you should actually, I mean,
Oh no,
even
I
at a
have
base.
I have the skill. I was asking since I made decisions.
Oh.
If I still have. Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, I think you made incisions.
Actually, yeah. With what you did to your body, I would actually say if you want to make a hide check, you're gonna do it with a -10 to your skill check. So 10 points lower than you normally would have. Because you're leaving droplets of blood behind you.
That makes sense. And I failed
blood.
miserably.
And you failed miserably. So you also may be in a hiding spot, but you've left a veritable slime trail
bloody
behind
vodka?
you. Yeah. Leading directly to where you're hiding. Ashton and Benson, they're just like, well, the jig's up. Like, we're inside of like some alien vessel, like whatever, right? They're not gonna try and hide. But as we come to the end of this episode, you see these aliens. You can actually see them up close now, through the window, Captain Tandar. So let me, I will just slap this guy right on here.
Oh.
Here's what our little alien friends look like.
Okay.
You can see that, yes, they are wearing the old 50s style fishbowl helmets.
Love it.
It is very literal a fishbowl, as they are filled with water so that these fishy aliens can breathe.
No.
You see one who looks the one who is at the door is not wielding any weapons. The other guy has a long thing, it almost looks like a rifle. Like, it's got like a trigger mechanism on it. It's like a big long stick with a trigger. You're assuming shotgun, rifle, some kind of thing, right? You're not exactly sure what it is. But he's holding it kind of like what we would use, like holding a long gun of, But the guy who's like at the door, he's like hacking it, and you hear like the and the front door, like the outer part of the airlock is open, and they're entering into the airlock now.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would like to do, kind of last ditch effort? I mean, like just train a weapon. I think there may be like an aim action or something that would give you like a +10 on like a fire shot or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Good. No, go ahead. It's okay.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna yell out, "You may have caught me," but I'm gonna level my ray gun. But I'm about to release.
Oh, I would probably train on them and say like, people who live in glass bowls shouldn't shoot shotguns, and then I'm gonna prepare to fire.
And then I'm gonna look at you and go like, "I think we workshopped that pretty well. I think we had some good quips there. I appreciate that."
I'm gonna put you in the airlock. Okay, let's go.
The alien on the outside can like see you moving your mouth, and he's just like blah, 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 blah. He's like pointing down, like he's not really sure.
It's like open the door.
Trying to do. He's hacking the panel, but he like sees you. He's like blah blah blah, blah. Like pointing.
Okay.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode. Thank you for playing, everybody. Tune in next week when you'll hear Ensign Benson say, "We come in peace."
Benson's gonna come in pieces if he doesn't get it together.
But yeah, let's go around the table here. Like, let them know who you are, what you do. We will start with our doctor, Dr. Abstracto.
I make cartoons and comic illustrations. I'm also currently in school for psychology. I'm not currently streaming. I've considered restreaming, but not doing anything at the moment other than this.
Nice. Captain Jentendo, what do you get up to when you're not here on the lovely Spaceship Zero?
So, when I am not on Spaceship Zero, I am playing in a handful of other games. I play some first edition AD&D, which also, Dion and Frenden will also talk about that. Play in some Aliens. I'm gonna be playing that tomorrow on the Free League Publishing channel. So if you want to come see that, you're welcome to stop by. More space stuff, and I play a rogue with a gun in that one as well. We're in the spooky section too. But I also stream. I stream on my Twitch channel with Jentendo, and I play Animal Crossing during the day. I pour resin dice on channel, and I also play some Resident Evil 8 currently. We'll see what's coming up next.
Really cool DCC glow in the dark dice as well, you guys. Like if you like tabletop role playing games, and you like dice, like you need to check out Jen's dice. They're freaking awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. We're moving on to Flash Lightman.
Hi, I'm Flash, and my real name is Frenden, and you can catch me making art for tabletop on my stream pretty much every weekday, typically. And I'm in a bunch of games, some with Dion, some with Jen, some all over the place, and couldn't be happier to be on the channel. So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And speaking of Dion, let them know who you are and where they can find you and what you do.
Hi, I'm the physical manifestation of the plot synopsis of the Count of Monte Cristo, Dion. I'm also known as Substances Used on Twitch, where I play retro titles of JRPG video games and other things. Also, when I'm not on my stream, I'm on a whole bunch of other people's streams. I'm a little stream whore. That's me. Mondays, you're gonna find me on Featherfall every other week doing Rime of the Frost Maiden. Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm on Steam Steel Murder doing first edition D&D. And Saturday, well, you're already here. I'm proud of you.
Yes, and as for me, your humble host and Zero Meister of this game. My name is Jeff of Foulsham Art. I am primarily a comic book artist and freelance illustrator. Oh God, Why this one, Abstracto? Why this one and why now?
It
You
felt
couldn't
right.
have done. You couldn't have done the You Good. Like, oh wow, I didn't know you were that. No, not that one. The one about. God damn it. Anyway, I'm primarily a comic book artist, freelance illustrator, all that kind of stuff. Currently, I'm working on a 8-page fantasy western comic. I drew and inked the first page on my stream last week. I'll be doing pages 2 and 3, hopefully on stream this coming week. I'm working backwards off stream where all the cool spoilery pages, and then I'm working forwards on stream as like a little teaser. You guys can pick up this short fantasy western and much more on my Patreon, which if you guys head over there right now, I'm actually doing a poll. There's a poll that anyone can see. You don't have to like subscribe to it at all. But there's a poll up on my Patreon right now. I'm thinking about adding a new tier at $3 for my short comics. I'm not sure if I want to put those at $5 and like the full issues at the $10 tier, or if I want to add a $3 tier for the short comics and leave the full issues at $5 a month. I'll be honest, I don't hit every month for these kinds of projects, so there will be months in between where you won't get those big rewards. So if you want to like read the full synopsis of like my thought process and vote on that, it would be really helpful for me to know like what to do like moving forward. But I will have this short comic out hopefully later this month, if not like first week of July, guaranteed. I'm pretty far along in it actually. I only have like I'm halfway done inking this thing already, and then it's just colors, and then I can put it up there. So please head over there, vote in the poll at the very least, and if you actually like it, you know, if you like what you see there, then, you know, maybe consider subscribing. It supports the channel, supports what I do here. If you like this show, even $1 helps out. You get some cool rewards there, even at $1. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot it over. We're gonna raid a good friend of the channel. One of those Patreon rewards is that you can ask questions to be featured on the Thought Balloons podcast that I do. And we are going to go over to a guy that I interviewed for the podcast. Is a cool dude. He's actually doing some art right now. His name's Dodgy Paper. He collects old paper products and recycles them into artist grade paper. Everything he does is recycled or like pre-used. It's all like eco conservation and stuff. We actually talk about that on the podcast, like why he's like into recycling and all that kind of cool stuff. It's a great podcast. Frenden's been on the show. Abstracto's been on the show. Dion's been on the show. Jen's going to be on the show. I'm saying that now. I'm going to make her be on the podcast at some point in the future. We're going to talk about dice and all cool stuff. It's going to be great. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Like I said, we'll be back next week at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Please tune in. The adventure is only just beginning. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. I got to wave with this hand so I can hit the raid button with my other hand.